Hey guys, Gypsy Wolf. Hope everybody's doing awesome. Okay, don't mind me in my super baggy fleece and all that good stuff, but it's quite chilly here. And I needed to keep warm. And I love the purple. Okay, so I wanted to do a video pretty quickly. I'm actually breaking this up into two. I wanted to show you guys super simple, no tool or minimal tool ways to cleanse energy from your space or yourself, whether you feel as though you've been put under a cross condition, or there's been a lot of arguing in the home. Maybe you have somebody that comes in, you don't live alone, and you have people that come into your home that they had a bad day at work and that bad energy is just sticking. Things like that. For me, I do have somebody that comes into the home a lot that I live with, and it's just constant negativity thrown at me, thrown around, and so these are things I have to do on a regular basis, like almost a daily basis. So I had to find super easy ways I can incorporate my witchcraft of cleansing my space and myself that wouldn't take extra time out of my day necessarily. And so I wanted to share those things with you. And again, super easy. Again, guys, my name is Gypsy Wolf. If you're new to my channel, I teach all things witchcraft. Spells, oils, brews, potions, powders, you name it. Witchy tips, all that good stuff. So if you're interested in that, keep on watching, and I would encourage you to subscribe so you don't miss anything. And if you're one of my beautiful returning subscribers, thank you so much for being here yet again. You guys are all really awesome. Okay, so I'm kind of doing a little bit of this myself, like making fresh batches. So I've got a candle going, my champa incense, things like that. All right, so let's just get into it. The first thing I'm going to show you, super easy peasy. You take a dish of salt, that is it, and you place this under your bed, because as our bodies rejuvenate at night, we tend to astral project, number one. Number two, our aura, our spirits are regenerating as well. And a lot of times a lot of negativity is coming off of us, and we need a place for that to go instead of just roaming around in our space, in our room, and attaching itself back to us or to that space. We need a place for it to go and dissipate and be null and void. So a simple bowl of salt, that's it, under your bed will work wonders. And change it out weekly, okay? Every week you want to get rid of the salt, just throw it away or put it down the garbage disposal. Don't put it in the compost or whatever, because plants and stuff don't like that much salt. Just get rid of it and fill your little dish with some fresh salt, and there you go. So do that every week and you will be happy, trust me. All right, another one that's you can use every day, like there's nothing to it. A lot of us like to make our own, cleansers and things like that to clean our homes. So what I normally do, I fill a spray bottle with vinegar, warm distilled water, and this specific spray bottle has a little bit of Windex in it, just because, with all the germs floating around right now, and I can't afford to get any illnesses like that, I put a little bit of Windex in there to, because it's got the ammonia in there, so it kills all the germs. But then, to add some magical benefits to this, you can add a multitude of things. What I'm going to do, I'm going to add a little bit of moon water. You could add moon water, holy water, or water that you blessed yourself, however you would, whatever you would like, and just a pinch of salt, because we don't know what we're going to be putting this on, so we don't want to add a lot. We don't want the salt to ruin it. But you could also add dried dried lemon peel, a sprig of dried rosemary. If you don't have those, you could do the essential oils, because you could do one or the other or together, because they smell lovely together too. You could do rue or hyssop essential oils. I wouldn't recommend putting the herbs in there, because they're usually on the smaller side and they would probably clog up your sprayer. So I would recommend the essential oils instead. So, you know, you fill up your bottle. If you want more moon water, blessed water, whatever, go for it. I just put a splash in. Which is what I'm going to do now. And make sure that you put your intentions in it. So I'm just putting a little bit of that in there. Put this to the side. Hopefully it doesn't fall. Okay. I'm going to place my hands over this and imagine the moon rays cleansing whatever this touches. The beautiful white cleansing light and the beautiful power of the goddess blessing whatever it touches. If you're not good at visualization yet, you can just say words of intention. Okay? And then I'm just going to take the tiniest bit of salt. I prefer sea salt, but you can use whatever salt you have. It does not matter. Just going to put a pinch in there. A little more. Here we go. You can barely tell how much I put in there. I mean, it was such a little amount, but salt goes far. You don't need a lot for it to do what it needs to do. I'm going to hold my hands over it again. Imagine it cleansing whatever it touches of negative energy, negative vibrations. I mean, guys, we can give ourselves cross conditions. You know, all the negative self-talk. Pushing my intent into there. Okay. I will be placing all this stuff on my altar when I'm done this video and blessing it all at the same time, because I'm redoing, either remaking badges or recharging things. So give it a little bit of a shake, and you'll use this however you normally would. That's simple. So, you know, when you wipe down your counters every day, whatever, your kitchen table, what have you, you already have a little bit of magic in there, so you're not taking any extra time. You know, it's that simple. I just love it. Okay, another thing that we do with salt. I don't really need to demonstrate this. So, excuse me. This is like a floor sweep, okay? But like a super duper easy one. You will take some salt and you're going to start at the furthest part of the room and work your way to the door. So your back will be towards the door. So say this is the door of the room and this is the back of the room. You start here and you start sprinkling the salt, saying words of intention such as, I bless this salt to absorb any negativity that is trapped within this space. And you keep saying that and you move back and keep sprinkling, saying this intention, and keep going. You can add herbs such as rosemary, rue, hyssop, you know, things such as that. Those are like the main ones that I've used. Lemon peel, like dried lemon peel is another good one. But you can just use good old-fashioned salt. Let that sit on your floor for an hour at least, okay? So it absorbs all the negative energy. And then go about sweeping or vacuuming, whatever you're choosing to do in that room, depending on, you know, the floor, whatever. But what I like to do, even if it's a hardwood floor, like I will sweep first, and you will sweep again from the back part of the room to the door and get it out the door. We're getting out all that negativity. And then once I've done that and disposed of the salt, I go in and I vacuum too, just to make sure any little bits that didn't get pulled up do through the vacuum. That's simple, okay? It's another way to remove negative, bad energy from your space. Boom. Okay, there's so much we can do with salt, and I love it. Alright, so the next one is a little bit of a project, not much. And I already made mine. And you can make as many of these as you want, or just one, up to you. But what we will do is dry out an orange slice. Okay, as many as you want, like I said. Oranges represent positivity, happy energy, the God, because right now we are, you know, coming into spring, so it's a good time for all of that. And it's also a huge representation of St. Michael, who is like one of the main deities I work with, so I like using it. But you can even make sun catchers with these. It's beautiful that way. And then you want to take an odd number of cloves, because cloves are very protective, and pierce them through your orange. And this smells really good too, by the way. And then you'll thread a red piece of ribbon, thread, string, whatever, through it, and you hang this above a door. So it could be your front door, back door, bedroom door, depending on, you know, who you live with, stuff like that, window. So if you want to make sun catchers out of it, that way you can keep it in the witchy closet and say, oh, I was just making a sun catcher. You know, I try to make all these things pretty witchy, closeted friendly. Alright, so that's that. And if you want to see a video on how to make this, even though I don't think you should, let me know and I will do that for you. Alright, now the last one is a bit of a spell, which I cannot take credit for. I got it from Mickey Muller, who is an author on witchcraft, an artist, and a witch. She's phenomenal. I love her. And I saw this video. Sorry, I'm just putting my incense out real quick because it's like getting to me here. And I already kind of cleansed everything at this point. Alright, so this one is definitely if you feel you've been crossed up, like you have a cross condition. Now, that doesn't mean somebody is sitting in the dark, lighting candles and using henbane and henlock on you and doing all these bad things. No. It could be a neighbor that doesn't like the fact that you have a dog that barks sometimes, or somebody that knows you and sees pictures on Instagram of how happy you are, or like a new car that you bought and they're really green with envy. Maybe you just have some a negative person at work or at home, and they're throwing mad evil eye at you, and they're not meaning to, but it just happens. And guys, again, we can cross ourselves up. So look for patterns, okay? So like 1 or 2 bad things happen to you, it's just probably a coincidence. But if it's just thing after thing after thing after thing, and another huge indicator that I have found is when my protective witchy jewelry, things that I charge for protection, just out of nowhere break. Like, I'll just literally be sitting there and it breaks. And that happens to me a lot, sadly, unfortunately, because of a specific person I live with, sorry. So I have like a stash of evil eye bracelets that were really cheap. Like when my other good stuff breaks or my cheap stuff breaks, like I can just charge up another one and boom, I've got it. I can show you how to do that too. But this is for when you feel, you know, you're crossed up. So, what you're going to need is a dish. Never use the same, like, dishes and bowls for magic that you do for eating off of. Just a big no-no. I like the clear glass. You can go to the dollar store and get them. So if you have $1, you can get a plate that you use just for witchcraft. Maybe get two. One for light magic, one for dark. I've got a couple, okay? Depends on what kind of works I'm doing. Then you're going to take a lemon and cut it into 5 slices as evenly as possible. 5. And then you're going to need some salt. That's it. And I'm going to show you what to do. So after you cleanse your dish, okay, you're going to pour salt. Any kind of salt will do. Does not need to be sea salt or anything fancy like that. This is just what I have. And, you know, don't be stingy with the salt. It's cheap enough where you don't have to be. Okay. Now we are going to arrange this like a star. Like a pentagram. Hopefully I can fit it on this dish. Now this little guy, he just didn't quite make it, but we'll make it work. Like the bottom of it didn't quite work. Okay, so we've placed it. Oh, yeah. Well, I was told 5 slices. Is it 6? Hold on. Yeah, I need another one. Guys, bear with me. I am so sorry. That's really weird. That's really weird. Because it said 5 slices in the video. I even watched it. Let me cut another slice. Luckily, I have another one here. I have a little more of this lemon. I'm so prepared. Can you tell? Alright, one more little slice will do the trick. Okay, put a little extra salt. Because we want this to look like a pentagram. There we go. Sorry, this is like not all together. I'm just not that type of witch. It's like super together sometimes, you know? So don't feel bad if you're not. Alright, so that's what it looks like now. And we're going to take our knife that we cut it with, and we're going to trace it with a pentagram. Okay, we're sealing that in. Alright, and now there is a chant that goes with this. Let me get my book. Guys, how beautiful is this notebook? I think I showed you in my witchy haul. And I think I might have even linked it where I got it in the comment or in the description of that video. Let me know if I didn't and you're looking for this author's like little notebooks. They're just like little jot notebooks, line paper, nothing fancy, but they're great for just taking basic notes, but you want something kind of pretty. Okay. So let's see. All right, so what we're going to do, we are going to need salt again. But first you want to take your hands, okay? And you want to imagine all the negative energy from yourself that you've experienced, from yourself, around your home, wherever. Gather it in your hands and push it in. push in that negative energy. Really visualize it. I see it as like a black smoke. And I'm seeing it being trapped into the lemon slices. And then you'll say, when you feel as though you've got most of it in there. I'm going to have to do more of this off camera, but all sour energies you can't resist. Your hold over me shall now untwist. Drawn to this lemon like a moth to a flame, bound here by my will, trapped and lame. And you say that 3 times as you continue to push in the energy. Now, here's where you want to be very abundant with your salt. You're going to cover your lemon slices with the salt pretty heavily. And I'll explain why in a moment. I love the smell of lemon. I really, really do. It's just so energizing and uplifting. So even if I feel like, yeah, maybe I'm crossed up, the smell just gets me going. It makes me feel like it's going to be okay. I got this. I'm a witch. I've got the tools I need. I've got some salt and a lemon. I'm good. Good to go. All right. So see how I have that very well covered? All right. We're going to place our hands over this yet again and say, I am uncrossed. I am uncrossed. I seal you in with this blessed salt. No escape for you, foul energy. As this lemon dries up, so am I free. And you say that 3 times as well, or more if you feel you need it. Now, you will place this dish somewhere where you feel a lot of negative energy is, but kind of out of sight, you know, especially if you're in the witchy closet. Like, I'm going to be placing it, I have a bedroom, and then I have like a witch room. I'm going to be putting it in my witch room because that's where I spend most of my time when I'm home. And I'm going to put it above some books on one of my bookshelves. You can't see it, even though I am out of the witchy closet still. I don't like things, you know, to get in the way. You could put it under your bed if you feel like you've got a lot of negativity in your bedroom. If you're having bad nightmares, you could put it under your child's bed if they're having a lot of bad nightmares. As long as you don't have any animals that could get to it. Where else? You know, in your kitchen, in the middle of the kitchen. You know, just say you're doing something kitchen-y. I don't know. But after a few days, you want to check this. The salt should be drying up, and you'll kind of hear it. You'll be able to tap it and hear it and see that it's forming the layer on top, and you'll be able to kind of lift it up. So you want to check it after about 3 days, like 3 full days, depending on humidity and things like that. If it is getting moldy, that means that you need to do this again. Start fresh with a new lemon and fresh salt, okay? And start over. It means it didn't clear away all the negative energy. But if it did work and all of the salt on top dries up, you just throw it away, you know, in your garbage disposal, in your trash can, or if you want to take extra good measure, you can, you know, put it in a brown paper bag and drive somewhere away from your home and put it in a trash can somewhere, like at a store or a park or whatever have you. I will put the chants in the description below. If you see this video and it's not there, give me 24 hours. I might just upload the video and go right to sleep after I charge everything, you know, on my altar and stuff like that, before I get a chance to actually put this in the description. But like I said, within 24 hours, I promise it will be there. Alright guys, so that's all I have for you today. In the next day or so, I will be doing 5 more super easy witchy tricks, tips to remove negative energy and protect yourself. I'm sorry that this video went on so long. I was trying to make it quick. That didn't happen because I ramble. But I like to explain to you guys why I'm doing what I do, so that way you can take that knowledge and apply it to your own magic, so you're not always going to need me or another witch to explain things to you. You'll start getting it on your own, like, oh, I don't need to go look for a spell. I can do X, Y, and Z, and this will work. And that's what I want to see. I want to empower all of you and let you know that you are good enough. You are smart enough to learn how to do this. We are all born with this ability. We just have to harness it if it's something that we are drawn to. Alright guys, I hope that this helped. If you have any questions at all, no question is a stupid question. Feel free to ask. And if you have any personal questions or, you know, things like that, if you want to take classes with me, something like that, feel free to email me at magicalgypsywolf@gmail.com. Alright guys, I hope you have a beautiful day, and I can't wait to see you again. Mwah. Blessed be.